Hello, welcome to Mr. Prez Talk Sports. I'm your host Nick, aka Mr. Prez, and today we're going to review the weekend of NRL, AFL and AFLW. Let's start off with NRL. First of all, results on the weekend, round 5 of the NRL. Souths defeated the Broncos on Thursday night 35-6. Souths have won the last 4 games, 4 in a row after their hiccup in round 1. And the first game on Friday night between the Warriors and Manly. Manly, their first victory for the season. Well done to them. Let's give Manly a round of applause. Here we go. And the Warriors were disappointing on Friday night, I thought. They should have put Manly away in the game, I reckon. The other game Friday night was 30 years since the Panthers won their first ever premiership against the Raiders. In that match, the Panthers outsmarted the Raiders 30-10. Okay. Next game is the first game of last Saturday was the Titans and Knights. Titans actually thrashed the Knights 42-16. What a game day for Feeder played. And at Stadium Australia on Saturday, the Storm absolutely destroyed the Bulldogs 52-18. And the last game, last Saturday, the Roosters took on the Sharks. The Roosters came back from behind to beat the Sharks 26-18 that game. And Sam Walker, what a gun he's going to be. And at Leichhardt Oval on yesterday, Cowboys, the second time they've only won Leichhardt against the West Tigers. They won 34-30. Now, West Tigers fans did boo their team at half time in that game. And the last game was another upset yesterday. This time at Bankwest Stadium. Dragons defeating the Eels 26-12 in that one. Okay, let's look at the ladder. Let's look at the ladder now. Okay, let's go to the ladder. Panthers on top with 5 wins and no defeats. 4 and against 114. Scored 140, just conceded 26. Roosters second. 1-4, lost 1. 4 and against 94. Scored 160, conceded 66 points. In third place, we got the Rabbitohs. Fourth place, we got the Dragons. Fifth place, we got the Eels. Sixth, we got the Storm. Seventh, we got the Titans. Eighth, we got the Raiders. Ninth, we got the Sharks. 10th, we got the Warriors. 11th, we got the Knights. 12th, we got the Broncos. 13th, we got the Tigers. 14th, we got the Cowboys. 15th, we got the Seagulls at the bottom of the ladder. First time this season. And last is the Bulldogs. No wins to start the year. And they have an amateur coach coaching them. Sorry, Bulldogs fans. Now that's... Okay. Now to the Player of the Year votes for the NRL this weekend. Rabbitohs and Broncos. 1 vote to Campbell Graham. 2 votes to Payne Haas. And 3 votes to Latrell Mitchell. Warriors and Seagulls. 1 vote to Jazz Tabunga. 2 votes to Sean O'Sullivan. And 3 votes to Daly Sherry Evans. Panthers versus Raiders. 1 vote to Jerome Luai. 2 votes to Jack Whiten. And 3 votes to Nathan Cleary. Titans versus Knights. 1 vote to Jamal Fogarty. 2 votes to Tyrone Peachy. 3 votes to David Fafita. Bulldogs versus Storm. 1 vote to Christian Welch. 2 votes to Ryan Pappenhausen. 3 votes to George Jennings. Roosters versus Sharks. 1 vote to Angus Crichton. 2 votes to Chad Townsend. And 3 votes to Drew Hutchison. Tigers versus Cowboys. 1 vote to Reuben Cotter. 2 votes to Aidan Dewey. 3 votes to Joe Pengawi. Eels Dragons. 1 vote to Andrew McCulloch. 2 votes to Dylan Brown. And 3 votes to Isaiah Papali'i. And the top 5 after 5 rounds so far. In equal 4th place, 3 players on 8 points. Reid Marnie from the Eels, Jane Bradley from Newcastle, Ryan Peppenhausen from the Knights. Us on the Storm. Okay. 2 players on 9 equals second on 9 points. Brent Morris on the Roosters and Dave Fafita from the Titans. And outright first on 11 points, we got Nathan Cleary. He's had a good start to the season. He's had. Okay, that's rugby league out of the way. Let's go to the AFL now. Some pretty close games in the AFL this week. Let's start with last Saturday night's match between the Swans and Essendon. This was a good game. This was an absolute great game. Another close one between the two teams. For the last 25 years, these two teams have had a great rivalry, I reckon. So the Swans got over the line 83-80. And last round was a cliffhanger in the classic game, the Yellow Oval between Port and Richmond. Probably the two best teams in the competition so far this year, I think. Poilade are playing some good footy. Poilade getting over the line 79-77 against the Reigning Premiers last Friday night. Okay, next game. Okay, first Saturday game was at Ballarat between the Bulldogs and the Lions. Now Western Bulldogs won their 2 home games at Ballarat a season. Dogs go over the line 73-54. Well, Brisbane Lions, they've not had a good start to the year. They've started 1-3. They nearly need to get a victory this week, I reckon. Okay, next game, Saturday Twilight. That was a great game in this one. St Kilda came from behind to beat the Eagles. 102-82. Now the Eagles had a good lead in the third quarter, but I just can't believe they just blew that lead. Now, if it was at home, if it wasn't the Eagles' home, then how would their fans react, I reckon? And the other game on, and Saturday night games, Carlton defeated Gold Coast 70-59. Carlton staying 2-2, Gold Coast staying 1-3. And the other Saturday game, the MCG, was Collingwood against the GWS Giants. GWS their first win for the season. And Collingwood, been disappointing this season to start the year. They actually have a full-strength team, but unfortunately, they just can't win games. Now they're recruiting. Now their training the offseason was horrendous, I reckon. They got rid of 3 good players: Stevenson, Phillips, and Treloar. They should never have got rid of those players. I reckon they would be premiership contenders if they didn't get rid of those 3. Right, next game is Adelaide Crows, despite getting scared, got a win over North Melbourne on Sunday. North Melbourne running until the last quarter. They actually let the Crows go into 3-quarter time, but unfortunately they couldn't keep going, get the momentum going. The Crows kicked away in the last quarter. And yesterday's game, as well on the Sunday at the MCG, Melbourne defended Geelong at the MCG. Melbourne start 3-0 for the first time since 1994. Back when they had Jimmy Steins, the Ox Dave Schwartz, and Gary Lyon in their team. And Jack Viney's dad was playing for Melbourne back then. Melbourne won 12-13-85 to Geelong's 9-6-60. I thought Geelong were going to win the game because they played well in the third quarter. I thought they were going to continue going on the last quarter. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Melbourne can get out of the line. And the last game of the round was Fremantle and Hawthorn. This was actually another good game to watch. Fremantle just got out of the line in the end. Over there in the west. Okay, to the AFL ladder now. Okay. First we got the Western Bull. We got Footscray. Second we got Melbourne. Third we got the Swans. Fourth we got the Port. Fifth we got the Crows. Sixth we got the Eagles. Seventh we got Carlton. Eighth we got Richmond. 9th we got Fremantle, 10th we got Geelong, 11th we got St Kilda, 12th we got Essendon, 13th we got the Suns, 14th we got the Pies, 15th we got the Giants, 16th we got the Lions, 17th we got the Hawthorn, and 18th we got North Melbourne, and haven't won a game yet this season. Well, the most improved teams, I'm going to go for the 5 most improved teams of this season already. Okay, number 5 we've got Adelaide. Last year when the won spoon, and Tex Walker's on fire this season. I think they were one of the big improvers this year. Alright, number 4 we've got Port Adelaide. Now last year they just fell short in the grand final. This year I think they could maybe get to the grand final this year. Alright, number 3 we've got the Bulldogs. They were disappointed the last couple of years in the finals, getting out in the first week, but they've gone to the market and recruited Treloar, which is needed. I think they'll go deep in September this year. Okay, number 2 we've got Melbourne. Now Melbourne, they've started very well this season. 3-0. 4-0 to start the year. They're playing some good footy this year. Those small forwards like Cozzy Pickett. Those small that they like Cozzy Pickett and Bailey Fritsch. They're playing some good footy. Bailey Fritsch went in famous 31 Warmboy Rumbarassi. A great player he was. And number 1, I have to say the Swans. They've gone to the draft the last few years, picked up some good young players, and they've earned the reward for that one. Okay, 5 most disappointing teams this year to start with. Okay, number 5, I've gone to the Giants. Despite their win last week, but they've been disappointing this season, I thought. Okay, number 4, I've got Collingwood. Now, they should not have got rid of those 3 players I mentioned earlier, and they're struggling this year. Okay, number 3, we've got the Lions. I thought they would be a top 4 contender, but this year they've been very disappointing. Okay, number 2, we've got Hawthorn. Last year's appointment this year, not going to look very good this year. And number 1, of course, it's North Melbourne Football Club. They have been absolutely shocking. At least they didn't lose more than 50 points last week. We're actually in the game against Adelaide last week. Okay, that's our top 5 improved teams and disappointing teams this year. Okay, now going on to the AFL Player of the Year. Okay, Sydney versus Essendon. 1 vote to John Ridley, 2 votes to Zach Merritt, 3 votes to Luke Parker. Excuse me. Okay, Point Adelaide versus Richmond. 1 vote to Batcher Hooley, 2 votes to Dan Houston, 3 votes to James Short. Western Bulldogs versus Brisbane Lions. 1 vote to Jack McRae, 2 votes to Hugh McCluggage, and 3 votes to Adam Treloar. St Kilda versus Western Bulldogs. St Kilda versus West Coast Eagles. 1 vote to Brad Hill, 2 votes to Jack Steele, 3 votes to Red Crouch. Gold Coast Suns versus Carlton. 1 vote to Jack Bowes, 2 votes to Hugh Greenwood, and 3 votes to Talk Miller. Collingwood versus GWS. 1 vote to Callum Ward, 2 votes to Lockie Ash, 3 votes to Tim Serrano. North Melbourne versus Adelaide. 1 vote to Aaron Hall, 2 votes to Lockie Scholl, and 3 votes to Rory O'Brien. Melbourne vs Geelong. 1 vote to Clayton Oliver, 2 votes to Max Gawn, and 3 votes to Christian Petrarca. And Fremantle vs Hawthorn. 1 vote to Adam Shearer, 2 votes to Chad Wingard, and 3 votes to Tom Mitchell. Let's go to the top 5 now. Okay, in equal third, we've got 5 players on 6 points. Brody Grundy, Cam Guthrie, Talk Miller, Clayton Oliver, and Tom Mitchell. And on the equals first, on 8 points, Tex Walker and Tim Serrano. They've had good starts to the year. They've had. Let's get underway. Alright, that's the awards done. Points a week for play of the year. Now we're going to the AFLW. To the semi-preliminary finals, which were played on the weekend. Adelaide getting to another grand final with their 3rd grand final since the start of the competition. They defeated Melbourne 5-3, 33, 1-9, 15. Aaron Phillips always delivering in big games as usual. And Brisbane Lions into their third grand final as well since the start of the competition, defeating Collingwood 7-3-45 to 6-5-41. So this week we've got the Crows and the Lions in the AFLW Grand Final this Saturday, I believe. Yep, it is. Adelaide Oval. I'll give my tip Black on Wednesday, like I do as usual. And also being... Okay, before we go, we're just going to give you... Because I've been watching WrestleMania the last couple of days. I've been. WrestleMania 37 was on over the weekend. Okay, results in the matches. Bobby Lashley defeated Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship by technical submission. Tag team turmoil match. Natalya and Tamina won by eliminating the Riot Squad, Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott. And they received a tag team turmoil match, championship match on night 2. Cesaro defeated Seth Rollins. I actually enjoyed the match. Cesaro winning his first WrestleMania match as a singles competitor. And the tag team match for the Raw Tag Team Championships, AJ Styles defeated Omos. AJ Styles and Omos defeated the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods to win the titles. And the steel cage match, Braun Strowman defeated Shane McMahon. And a tag team match as well, Bad Bunny and Damian Priest defeated The Miz and John Morrison. And this main event on night 1 was the SmackDown Women's Championship. Bianca Belair defeated Sasha Banks to win the title. That was night 1 of WrestleMania. Now night 2, which was today, our time. First match, Randy Orton defeated The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Second match, Nia Jax defeated Shayna Baszler. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler defeated Natalya and Tamina to retain their women's tag team titles. Kevin Owens defeated Sami Zayn, which was also an appearance by Logan Paul, a famous YouTuber. Okay. Sheamus defeated Matt Riddle to win the United States Championship. And the Intercontinental Championship match, Apollo Crews defeated Big E in a Nigerian drum fight to win the Intercontinental Championship. And the War Women's Championship, Australia's very own Rhea Ripley defeated Asuka to win the title. And in the triple threat match in the main event for the Universal title, Roman Reigns defeated both Edge and Daniel Bryan in the triple threat match. Alright, that's what over there, guys. Hope you give us a like, subscribe to us on YouTube, and like us on Facebook. Until next time, I'm Nick Merrill. Goodbye for now.